Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. And today we are building like one of the biggest lads who ever like roamed the Star Wars universe ever. Darth Malik. I have no idea who he is, but we're building him apparently. But no, in all seriousness, we're building R2-D2. And yeah, this build looks pretty good. It doesn't actually say how many pieces it has, so I googled it because that's the only other fair option you can really do, and it's got 1050 pieces, so hopefully it should be a nice enough build. You know, like it looks pretty cool, like, and for what I've seen it looks pretty rad. This is Lego set 75379, and yeah, so it has 1050 pieces. That was the notes I had for it, so yeah. But yeah, just looking at the box, the 25 years of Star Wars edition, so I think this came out like last year, if I'm right. If I'm sorry if I've messed this up, because obviously like they on May 4th, like every year they release new Star Wars kind of ordeals, and this wasn't involved in this year's one. We had like this year, it was the Jango Fett kind of year, so yeah, we'll build it, we'll see how it comes out, and hopefully it looks pretty good. In the words of R2-D2, beep bop bop boop boop boop. I don't know what that means, but let's do this. Ciao.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. It's your first time watching this, then thank you very much for tuning in today. If this is your last time, then I'm really sorry that I've obviously let you down. So we are building R2-D2 today, and this one was a really fun build, if I'm being honest with you. Like, when it comes to like these kind of builds, some of them can be a bit stressful and stuff like that, but Lego's meant to let, make you relax. But well, I hear like the technique stuff is a bit, like all over the place. But this one, no, it was very simple. It was to the point, and it was really fun, and it was R2-D2. So you can't really go wrong with it. I read quite a really heartbreaking fact on Reddit about R2-D2. So in The Empire Strikes Back, Luke tells R2 to stay with the ship, but he never listens. He just disobeys. It's apparently because the last time he was told to stay with a ship, it was by Anakin on a Mustafar, and he never returned. So yeah, awkward. However, I want to debunk that, because at the end of the day, at the end of Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, you gotta remember, whatever that geezer is called, he basically tells everyone to wipe C-3PO and R2-D2's minds, so they never remember who Anakin is. It's quite weird, because at the end of the day, like, Obi-Wan Kenobi doesn't remember who R2 is, and in A New Hope. So yeah, pretty crazy Star Wars news there. So growing up as a kid, what I remember is, I think I was like 5 years old when I got the Star Wars trilogy. It must have been older than 5, maybe 6, I don't know, it doesn't matter. But the Star Wars trilogy came out on VHS, and it was like big, it was like a little black and gold box. And I always remember the adverts to it, and it was that part on the, because they always played like the Star Wars theme song. And like it gives that part goes and I always just remember R2-D2 making this noise, and I was like, that's my boy. That is gonna, he's my favourite character. Without I'd seen him in the Star Wars films, then I watched them. I loved R2-D2. He was my favourite character as a kid. Growing up now, it's more Chewbacca, but R2-D2 is still there, like in the original kind of Star Wars films. So yeah, I love you, R2-D2. Just saying. One crazy thing is R2-D2's actor, I think it was Kenny Baker, and he never got along with Anthony Daniels, who played C-3PO. One of my mates at work, Charles Worth the Brave, you're giving us a watch today. Hello, how you doing, mate? Keeps going to me, so you've got R2-D2, you need to get C-3PO. I'm like, I don't know. It's like every time I hear something about Anthony Daniels, I always get really put off, and I'm like, oh, I've never met him, but if you have any positive experiences, please put them in the comments today and we can have a read of them and have a good time. But it's quite off-putting, yeah. But like, I don't know if Kenny Baker was a nice person, something I've never really heard, but I've heard like more negative stuff about Anthony Daniels than R2-D2. But yeah, that's just what I'm reading. Don't shoot the messenger, alright? Question myself just then about the minds being raised. Apparently R2's wasn't, C-3PO's was, but his wasn't, due to the fact of R2-D2 can't speak human and he needs a translator. Yeah, so to be fair, he was a bit mean, not telling Luke, I'm staying at a bar or anything like that. Like, dude, that's your dad, like he's gonna try and kill you, or anything like that, but at the same time, he probably does want to get involved in that kind of stuff. Like, he wants to get involved in someone's family drama, In the day, he was there all the way with him, like especially like Naboo Starfighter and all episode 1. But like, yeah, like I wouldn't want to get involved in someone's family drama. Feel awkward, isn't it? Always remember is R2-D2 always has this line with C-3PO, and he says something to him, and C-3PO tells him off for basically swearing, and I thought that was quite a funny Easter egg, considering you don't understand what he's saying. It's like the whole thing in Guardians of the Galaxy with I Am Groot, and everyone tells him off for swearing. So yeah, it's a funny little droid in the R2. So always remember, R2-D2 in episode 1, The Phantom Menace, him and 2 other droids go on top of that ship where they're flying to. I can't where they're going, but they're going somewhere, alright? And they're getting attacked. So R2-D2 is the only survivor out of them 3. He is hard, alright? According to crime rate in the UK, Blackpool, Middlesbrough and Kingston upon Hull among cities with the highest crime rate. R2-D2 I bet has been there, and I bet he survived as well, just saying. Throwing it out there. If you've seen him there, then please let me know in the comments. Now always remember, the Empire Strikes Back. The Empire Strikes Back. The Empire Strikes Back. We're on Dagobah, okay? Right, and R2-D2 has a fight with Yoda, right? He's met Yoda before, and he knows his power. He's a Jedi Master, right? R2-D2 is just an innocent droid. So Yoda takes Luke Skywalker's little like torch thing. R2-D2 like gets his little extending arm out, wrestles him for it. And what happens? Yoda has to bash him on the head with a his walking stick. But I think he clearly uses a Jedi mind trick, because we gotta remember R2-D2 is pretty hard, and he's like, he also don't he get like eaten up by like a sea serpent or something in Dagobah? I think he does, but then he flies straight out here and he noise or whatever he does. Sorry, that was a terrible impression. But yeah, hope you all enjoy the video so far. One crazy fact about R2 is everyone forgets is he's had the most appearances in any like Star Wars, like he's in all the movies. He makes appearances. Well, I don't say all the movies, but he's in all the main ones. He's in all the main ones, and on top of that, he makes a cameo in the Book of Boba Fett and also the Mandalorian. And then on top of that, he makes a cameo appearance in Star Trek movie where you just see him flying outside the ship when he gets blown up. I've never seen it, but I know he makes a cameo. So R2-D2, Star Wars, MVP right here. Beep boop bop. Fun fact is R2-D2 is actually Anakin's wedding, which if I ever get married, like you guys are out there and you want to get me something, I want a real life R2-D2, okay? So don't ask for much in life, just a real life R2-D2. We're almost there, so I hope you've all enjoyed the video so far. If you have, please give me a like and a subscribe. If not, then I hope someone else can give you a like. Obviously I'm not doing it for you, and that makes me sad. Thank you very much for watching. Right, here he is in full. His head does the full 360, which is pretty cool. He's easy to move. He doesn't have wheels on the bottom, but here is his third leg. Oh dear. It's easy, just comes off straight away like that. It's pretty easy to you just put it straight back on. Here are some extra parts for his arms, or like a little screwdriver. Here's R2-D2, and here's the one that you've all been waiting for, Darth Malak.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here he is, Darth Malik. Still, I have no idea where he's from. Siri, hello Siri. Hello Siri. Siri. Just Google it. You know, it might be easier. Google Darth Malik. He's from the Knights of the Old Republic game, so that makes more sense. I've never played them, so there's Darth Malik. Let's move him across to the main event. Here's R2-D2. And this is such a fun build, literally. Like, it was really simple, and like, it just, everything like is really cool. Like, here's a detachable third leg. There you go. You can either have him with that, or you can just have him with two. I did get a bit worried at first because I was thinking, like, especially like these like legs, I thought they were a bit like, I don't know if he's gonna, you know, be able to stand, but he can. He comes with like additional parts as well, so if you want to like update like his chest and like, you know, have him have his like little like screwdriver things that he puts in the walls, you can. But I prefer him like this, and need to put his third leg back on. There we go. Sorry, I'm just too immature. But yeah, this was such a fun build, and honestly, if you're like a massive Star Wars fan, and to be fair, you can get this model quite cheap at the moment, which is, you know, even better, because Lego can be quite expensive. Sorry Lego if you're watching this, but at the end of the day, this is a solid 5,000. Literally, like, it's just perfect. Honestly, like, I don't see really any flaws with it. Like, at the end of the day, I know you can buy like lights for it and stuff like that from like my bricks and other places, but at the end of the day, I think it's quality. He's going to be sitting like that in my collection. So yeah, this, you know, beep boop boop ba ba boop beep. Yeah, again, no idea what it means, but thank you very much for watching today's video. Hope to see you in the next one. I'm HH5000. Follow Tugboat Reviews, and always remember to stay R2-D2. Whoop, whoop.
Welcome to Matty HH's Lego Reviews. Click.